Alright, so we're going to try and find the greatest common factor from these problems over here. The greatest common factor is nothing but the largest number that you can divide by multiple numbers provided in the question. So what's the biggest number you can divide 24 and 32 by? I'm going to show you an easy method to do this. In this case, you always want to start off with what is the smallest number that I can divide these two by. Again, if you're good at multiples, you can do larger numbers. If you want to do it the simplest way, anytime you have two even numbers, you can always divide it by 2. Divide that by 2, divide that by 2. 24 divided by 2 is 12. 32 divided by 2 is 16. You're going to keep dividing until you cannot divide both numbers by the same number anymore. So again, I can divide both of these by 2. That's 6. That's 8. Again, I'm going to divide them by 2. That's 3, and that's 4. At this point here, I cannot divide 3 and 4 anymore by the same number, so I can find my greatest common factor. If I want to find my greatest common factor, I'm just taking the numbers that I divided by and I'm multiplying them all together. So in this case, it's going to be 2 times 2 times 2, that 2, that 2, and that 2, which is 8. The greatest common factor is 8. Question number 2. I know both numbers end with 5s, so I can divide both numbers by 5. 35 divided by 5 is 7. 105 divided by 5 is 21. Over here, I know I can divide again both numbers by 7. Divide by 7, divide by 7. In this case, I have 1, 3. You no longer divide by any number. 1 doesn't really count because 1 doesn't change anything in the problem. So now my greatest common factor is 7 times 5, which is 35. Same concept applies to 3 numbers as well. In this case, I'm going to divide all 3 by 2. That's 8. That's 12. 27. 39. Take a look at these 3 numbers. I know I can't divide them all by 2, but I can divide them all by 3. 4, 9, 13. Now I know I can't divide all these 3 numbers by the same number, so my greatest common factor is 2 times 3, 6. Sometimes when you go to a harder problem over here, it may be difficult to determine what you can divide certain numbers by. So when you're testing this in your calculator, you always want to divide these numbers by prime numbers. And some of the prime numbers that will probably be included in this course are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. There are prime numbers higher than that you can test as well, but most likely you won't be given something higher than that in this course. Okay, so if I don't know what I can divide these 2 numbers by, I know I can't divide them both by 2. That's an odd number. I'm going to start with 3. So my calculator, going to type 126 divided by 3. That works. How about 217 divided by 3? Does not work. So I'm going to try my next one. I know 5s will not work on these because the numbers don't end with 5s or 0s. So next I'm going to try 7. 126 divided by 7 is 18. 217 divided by 7, 31. So I get 2 whole numbers. Divided by 7, divided by 7. That was 18. This one is 31. And again, if you can't do these multiples, you want to try the same thing, but I can tell that I cannot divide these 2 numbers by the same number, so I know my GCF is just 7.